So this is Taylor. Looks like, or I'll be going over your work today. It looks like you photographed the inside interior places and kind of more specifically like the ceilings and kind of looking up a lot, which I appreciate. Kind of nice to see a different view of things, you know. Yeah, kind of scrolling through real quick again here. Cool. But to start off, I like what you did. I kind of like this space. It abstracts the space a little bit. Like obviously, I know that it's a roof or a ceiling, etc. But I like what you did. I like that it's just kind of isolated. However, I would maybe like this to be like perfectly symmetrical and have this like dead middle of the frame and kind of looking down to create this like perfect V. So it's almost there and it's so close, but I would really like to kind of push those ideas. And then the color, it's a little bit yellow overall, it has a kind of a yellow cast. And it is a little bit on the noisy side, but that's kind of what's going to happen anytime you have you're shooting inside and you're not using a tripod, or even if you are using a tripod, depends on your camera gear and all that kind of thing. But yeah, overall, it's a good. I enjoy the composition. This I really like. I think it's awesome. Really visually great. It sucks you obviously right in. It's like this big eyeball looking back out at you. It abstracts the space so much. It's hard to tell really what's going on. It's hard to tell what I'm looking at. I really enjoy that quality of it. The quality of light is really nice. All of it. It's just really visually. It's a great photograph to look at. Very appealing. This is also interesting. This one it works differently than this. I mean, I like this one. I think I prefer this one more because this one kind of breaks that mystery. Like, okay, I see. I have a better idea of what it is. Although I do like the composition and the quality of light is still nice. I would maybe experiment, maybe put this part just in the corner as much if you can, and still be able to fill the frame with this green. I don't know what kind of space you're really working with there, though. But again, this one really I think nails it over this one. Okay, and then this. Um, yeah, so I don't know if you're able to in the future when you upload them or create PDFs to kind of orient them so they're just like facing the correct direction. I can kind of flip my computer around and look at it okay, but just makes things a little bit easier. I like what you did though compositionally, like these two lights kind of lead down and kind of create this nice shadow. Yeah, overall it works okay. It's not bad. The light, I know these lights are yellow, but it's still a little bit too yellow where I'd want it to be cooled down just a touch so it's not uh, quite so much of a yellow tint throughout. Yeah, these are interesting. It's not quite as strong compositionally as your other ones. I don't know these areas. I don't know if I want to see just more of this break here, more of like a formal kind of line. Um, doesn't quite do it though. It's really close. Like I think maybe if you got rid of these lights here or you focus more on these lights, it's kind of in between where I'd like it to be. Yeah. This is interesting though. Of course, I love the blue light. I like how you arrange the words here to go through the frame diagonally with this line going vertically and horizontal. It's really great use of lines. And then this I really like too. I really like the light, of course. With this one though, I would get rid of the words. I think the words work for you in this one, and they help compositionally. But in this, it kind of hurts it. Uh, I'd like to see it just without it, and just with just this great blue hue throughout the whole frame, and just the lines alone are really neat. This I think you nailed it above like that other photograph above this one. I feel like you're kind of struggling for this photograph in that last one. And this one works a lot stronger. Again, you have very formal lines with this being broken across the horizontally with these going vertically, leading our eye back here. It's nicely done. It's maybe a little bit underexposed, and the light again a little bit yellow. But it's not too bad. It's easily workable if you have Lightroom or access any kind of photo editing software. This is okay, but it becomes a little bit I mean, like, I don't know, that's not the right word. It's not quite as strong. Like, this is really strong and directed. And this, I think, I see what you're trying to go for, but it just wasn't quite right. Maybe if you were perfectly underneath it looking up, you'd have a kind of similar effect as you would as this green one up here, as this one, which would be really nice to kind of abstract the space as much as possible. And this, I like what you're doing here. I like well, I'm not sure. I think it's a mirror. It's either a mirror or another doorway. I think it's a mirror. And if so, I like what you're doing. I like it that you're using that or keeping that in mind. Um, but it does get awfully noisy with all these kind of different grainy looking pixels coming up. And yellow again, but I understand it is the light, but I'd like to see a little bit less yellow. So yeah, you have some really strong photographs compositionally, and I think this is my favorite. I really love how, again, it pushes what it is. You don't know what it is, what exactly you're looking at. Um, I would encourage you to think deeper in the future, whether it's, you're thinking about plants, what are plants used for, these spaces, what are these spaces used for, who inhabits the spaces sometimes. Just think of conceptually as you go along and try to think in those terms, not just as well, and also along with visually like this. But if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I look forward to see what you do next time around.